Welcome into the Friday morning stream. Good morning from YouTube, from Kick, Twitch, and good morning to you, Shindig. How are you? Well, snowing and leaving work early on a Friday, so I will not go on the record and say that's not a good thing. If it's snowing and you can get out a little early on a Friday, I would take that. Now, when you say snowing, is it flurrying or is it really coming down? It's going to be multiple inches. Let me ask that question. Because where I'm from, if you get a flurry, they shut down the whole city. Well, that's good. So it's cold enough for it to snow, but it's too warm for it to really stick to anything. I'm good with that. As long as it doesn't freeze and turn into ice, I would be okay with that. For today, we have Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past Randomizer. We had a good one last night. We were running behind for the first hour, I would say, and then we had 5 or 6 minutes when we hit 5 or 6 pieces of Triforce. So everything was going slow, and then it just picked up out of nowheres. But we are in for another installment as the eggplant. So let's get the tracker up and going. But you have a safe travel back home when you get out of work. It's always nice to be able to get out of work a little early. Every now and then I'll be able to get out 15 minutes early, which is always a pleasant treat, especially on a Friday, which is my Friday's on a Thursday, so we're going to start off now in our house and see what this seat has to offer. Okay, I made the title, Where is the Moon Pearl today? It's the very first chest I opened. Okay, so much for not needing the spoiler to figure out where that is. Yeah, okay, we did everything we needed to do, guys. You guys have a good night. 30-second stream. Gotta love it. If I was a little more motivated, maybe I would change the name of the title now, since I didn't even have enough time to make a poll to let people take a vote to see how long they figured it was going to take to find that, because usually you make a poll and you give about 5-10 minutes for people to take their votes on it and all. But okay, well, the game wanted to be nice and give me something good early on. Now we just need to give me the mirror, the hammer, and the glove, and I think we'll be all set for the Dark World. Now, I tried to come up with something a little clever today, because usually I'm fighting about where's my lamp. It seems to be the most trolly item in the whole game for me. But, I actually got to do checkerboard last night, which is unusual for me. But usually I don't come across the mushroom. The mushroom, I would say, the blue staff, and I guess for me, I would also say the lamp, with the way my seeds usually pan out for me, that are the items I usually never really come across. Well, if I do, they come across so late in the seed that it ruins my whole pattern of what I wanted to do or thought would be the best way to handle the seed. I should pick an item like the mushroom and let people take votes on how long they think it's going to take to find it. I feel the Moon Pearl was going to take me at least a half hour to an hour to find. At least I thought so, at least. So Shin, how do you like the volume today? I had another stream a couple of streams ago, and people had a little critique about the levels between the game and the mic. So I don't think you've been here since then. So this is probably your first experience with the new mic settings. I have two Bluetooth headsets and I can't get either one of them to sync up to my computer so I can hear what's going on. Okay, the mic could be a little louder. Okay, let's go up just a little bit more. We'll see how that is. We have absolutely no items built up, so we have no bombs, no anything really. I'll get my kiss. So this might be one of those seas that bombs will be a premium early on for us. At least I have my sword. Leave me alone. I wish I had the ability to actually get my headsets to work. I have two of them and neither one wants to connect to the computer. We're going to do the village first, and then I'll end up dealing with Magic Mushroom, see what's on Lumberjack, and check the hideaway over there to see what's hiding down there. Since I've started this 2 months ago, the two areas I don't need a lamp for is going up to the mountain. I can do that in the dark, and I can do some of Eastern Palace without a lamp. So slowly I'm learning what I can and can't do and learn the rooms. So we're gonna have to come back and deal with the hideout. I'm hoping over here I will get a bomb so I can do this section. Because if I don't, then it's going to be hard for me to remember to come back here. Triforce piece. Ah, there's my bombs. So we'll knock this one out. And that was not worth it. We have plenty of money for the merchant early on. So I will head now back to the hideout and knock that out. And I'll use my last bomb to go down and bomb out the little hut that I can farm more bombs. Fire rod. I guess we have a light source of some type right now. Shin, let me know when you leave or whatever, because I do have 1 or 2 questions about the Elgato face cam that I use. I don't know what type of mic you use on your stream, but if it's anything like the one I have, I do have a couple of quick questions about the settings. So first thing I'm going to do is remember to go down here, because for each time I enter here I end up with 4 more bombs. Okay, let's come back over here. 1, 2, 2, 3. Get some arrows along the way. Get an extra set of arrows. So we're fully loaded up on arrows. We have bombs available to us. And that's the cool thing about last scene. We had early boots. Oh, why not? Let me get my shield. I always can... Oh, they don't have a shield here. I thought that location had a shield for sale. My thing is I never get the shield and then I wonder why I take as much damage and as many deaths as I normally do. Okay, we got this checkpoint. We have a shovel. At least that gives us access to check Flute Boy, see what he has to offer us. Let's see, we don't have a bottle, so Sick Kid's off the table to us. Let me think. Think. Check library. We'll do the maze game, see what we have. Triforce piece on the library, so we're going to have to remember to come back for that. Make a note of that. Good sir, we need a note. Cannot move the table. So now we are good to go. We'll see what we get here. And we are given magic powder. So we'll add that to the list of what we have. We are a hammer away from Magic Bat. We'll just leave this on Boomerang for now. I do not have access to Back of Escape. Now that's one I should learn how to do in the dark, but too many unknowns for me at the moment. 300 rupees. Goodwill is now in play. Right now we are going to head to the grasslands. We got to do the water company. Mini Moldorf, Fake Ice Rod. And we'll take it from there and see where we want to play it from there. I still gotta go up north. I know that for a fact. Sir, can you please stop shooting me with arrows? I don't really enjoy it all that much. So let's knock this out real quick. I got 2 checks in here. One of the medallions. And we're going to go drain the water company. Get the water flowing. And we will see what we get. Blue mail. We'll see what the little fish will give us today for our good deed. Hey, he gave me a heart. And that's why they say fish is good for you. So So we're going to come over here. Mini Moldorf is next. So we'll do Mini Moldorf, we'll do Fake Ice Rod. And see what we have, and where's our next good play going to be. Ooh, that was a good shot. So we got 5 checks. My shield. Another heart piece. Some more bombs. Triforce piece, Triforce piece. I think lastly we had a whole bunch early on, went through a lull, and then a second burst of Triforce pieces. So we're going to slowly make our way over. Yesterday I took a lot more damage than I normally take. Usually it's about 720 I guess hit points you would call it. And last night was 915 I think it was. It was a high number. So let's see what we get in Fake Ice Rod, another heart. I will double back and Fake Flipper and see what we can come up with. Fake Flipper, I believe, puts us right by Goodwill. So we can knock those two out at the same time. We still have to come back to Hobo. Now sometimes this will reset itself so we can walk inside that cave, and other times it doesn't. So we'll see how this wants to behave today. Let's see, and this one will let us walk in. Nothing good. And on Goodwill we have Dorito Slice and so we got Dorito Slice, and I don't know what else we're gonna have, but last time it was 500 rupees to get 20 rupees, so it was a complete waste of my time. May we have much better luck today. Let's see, what do we get? What do we get? So we know where 2 Triforce pieces is going to be. So we're going to do my house again. We'll head down to the Fake Flipper one more time. We'll Fake Flipper. We'll see what we have on offer. And we're going to see if we can get something worthwhile. We can also double check what's on the floating island. See if that's something that we want to come back for later on. That guy's a jerk. So we're going to see what we have, see if it's worth my time. It could be worth our time. it could be full not worth. So we're gonna head on up. Let's make a left. What is on the floating island today? A medallion. May or may not come back for that. And let's see what we have to offer today. Up we go. And we get Ice Rod. So we got both rods early on. Now we have the Nice Rod. Save and quit. Sanctuary is going to be our next move since I still have to do Magic Forest. Get my hearts. And let's also take a look at the map to see what we're working with today. Crystals on the mountain and in the desert. Easton's got a pendant. 2 pendants will be in the Dark World. Both the red crystals will be in the Dark World. What does that mean for me exactly? I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how it plays itself out. We'll come up from this side. So Boots and Flippers are holding up 2 different Triforce pieces. So we'll see what this has to offer us. And that's got a bottle. Give or take on that if I want to come back for it. If this somehow turns into an Agassi, which I'm not seeing the reason for it at the moment. Well, the heart I'll never get back. So, we got a heart piece here. And now we'll see what's sitting down in the hole. And then we'll take from there how we want to play this. Another 300 rubies, so we are loaded up on money. We've done Goodwill, we did the merchant. A couple of plays in the Dark World that we'll end up having to do. And we have magic. Both rods, 1 medallion, and a shovel. Not really exciting. Well, we can... How do we want to play this? We can go up the mountain. We can do mountain real quick, see what's up there. Nope, I don't have the glove for mountain. So we can't do that. Let me look. We can head over to Easton. There's 3 checks there plus some of Easton. We don't have a bow. We don't have a hammer for Magic Bat. And we don't have a flute. We can check Desert. Well, it does open up Aga a little bit, but I do need to upgrade to the Master Sword to do Aga. But if I can get myself a glove and hammer, I have access to both sides of the Dark World, and needing Aga to get to the pyramid becomes less tedious. But if I don't have access to the hammer and such, then Aga would open up the other side of the Dark World where Pod is and all that. I have no problem doing Aga if it comes to it. Aga is not that, at least for me, not that difficult. Some of these bosses I don't like at all, and I try to avoid at all costs. Anybody want to take a bet if Green Pendant's going to be on Thieves? Well, we got both of the boomerangs. Come on, Thieves. Clearing the Green Pendant in Misery Mire. Oh. If I don't have to go there, I won't. I wonder how well Fire Rod works on these things. Okay. Fire Rod, we have learned, is effective. I am no genius, however, but I would say quite effective. So we're going to head up inside Easton. We'll knock out a little bit of this. But plenty of arrows early on, considering we don't have any access to a bow. So we are in good shape, I think, for the most part. Just we need the big key. Oh, this hook shot. That will get us to the other side of the mountain. So mountain access has been had. I could dark room myself up there, and the hook shot will get me to the other side. Something I've started doing lately is, especially when I have hook shot, just come over here and knock out over here and just do this side, just in case there's anything for me to be just saves me a second trip if I need to come back this way. So we'll just head to the other side, and hopefully we come across the big key, and we come across either a glove or a hammer. Because hammer would open up Magic Bat for us. There we go. And we'll grab the extra heart to boot. Here's the big key. Let's see what that offers us. So that allows us now to have everything. This back end here is going to have an item, and I guess the boss is going to have an item too. So, coming this way. Okay, we got the key. You know, I kick more rear end in that room just doing it blindly than I do if I actually see where I'm going. And we got ourselves cross there. I'm sure there's a torch in there that I can light. Come back here, you. Okay, we get a heart piece back. So now we'll have a single rupee, and I don't know what's on the boss. Yeah, a nice single. I don't have the skills to take on that back without a lamp. And nor do I know where all the torch locations are to light them up. So, go to Sanctuary. Well, I don't know why I went to Sanctuary. Should have went to my house so I could head out to Desert. Because there are 2 checks out that way I can knock out. No gloves, so I'm limited on what I can do at the moment. And I need either hammer would open things up right now. Boots would open up things a little bit for me. And that's kind of what I'm looking for at the moment. Or a glove. The glove would open up a bunch of things as well. It would have been easier for me to exit out and come back in. I'm trying to think where else I can go at the moment. We did most of Easton that I can do at the moment. That single rupee really took me for a trip though. So we're going to head down here. We'll go check out the desert. I don't see many other options at the moment. One side's blocked. So let's see what we have out here on desert. The crab is giving out... I don't know what the crab is giving out today. This is just going to be a slower scene, I feel. We're really not getting that much help early on. And I got till around 12 today. So we have a little bit of time to try to figure some of this out. Usually it's a slow start and then it picks up later on once we get some of the key pieces to the puzzle. I don't have the book, so I can't do desert. And there's my hammer. Hammer opens up Dark World. So we do have an option to go to Dark World. Thieves is the first place I think of if I was going to go to a dungeon. And we're going to check the ledge, see what the ledge has for us today. The ledge has the book. Okay. Okay, let that one make sense. The ledge in desert has the book. So that is going to be Gold Glove. That's going to be locked behind the Gold Glove. But since we have hammer, I'm telling you, you can't make some of this stuff up. So with that, Dark World access will be through Kairika Village. So we do have a way to get into Dark World, we just can't come out of Dark World. Light World, I've done not everything, but a lot of what I think I can do at the moment. Desert and mountain are off limits. I've gone through about as much of Eastern as I can handle. We don't have a bottle for sick kid to deal with. We just gotta take the long way to get into... I don't foresee another option at the moment. But between the hookshot and the hammer, we have full Dark World access minus the mountain. Oh yeah, I still don't have the glove, that's right. It's not son of a gun. So that is not going to happen. Okay, we are really just jammed up here right now. The back of escape would have 3 options for us, but I would need to deal with the back room. And I don't have the skills for that. I still think we hit everything in here that we can hit. Currently. Let's see, where can we go? We don't have the mushroom for the hut. Goodwill is locked out of... the ledge on Goodwill is locked out by the flippers. Let's see. Des is locked out by Gold Glove. Mountain is locked out by any glove. Can't do Back of Escape. Can't do King's Tomb. What options do we have? That is the question. I'm probably missing something, and I hate to think it's going to be Back of Escape that's going to be my big run-in. Because I'm not missing any caves that I know of. We got Hobo, we hit Waterfall Cave. We did Saralsa's hut. I don't have the sword for Agar. I wish I knew enough of the back rooms of Back of Escape, because then I would make that play. That would be the play I would want to make if I knew what I was doing. The good thing is I don't think any door in the castle. It's in logic if I knew how to do it. I'll give it a try, but my thing is I don't have the what my boss would call the tribal knowledge for that. Oh shit, let's see here. Can we... Hold on here. Why? I gotta figure out how to set Nightbot up that it does not yell at you when you send a link. Nightbot. Let's do this. Sent it on Discord. Okay, let's see what you have. Let's see, where are we looking here? There was a website I saw a while ago that had dark room access and maps and all. Let's see here. Let's see. No, we're gonna have to try that. 'Cause I don't have much else. Let's set this up. Okay, let's give this a go and see if I can learn this. I got some of the maps set up here, so hopefully we won't have too big of an issue. But the fire rod, like you said, does put it in logic, so it's the only thing that I think of that's logical without dealing with Eastern Palace and trying to work my way through that mess. And although this feels like cheating, I just know also there is no other way I was going to do this. Is that the last one? Oh, that was the last one. Okay. Yeah, this is why I don't do this, because I have no clue what I'm doing. That's my problem. Well, I have... Let me see what they're talking about here. That takes care of the first one, 2... There we go, we'll put the fire rod on. Okay. I really just want to get through this as best I can. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing here. So we're going to come back over here again. How is this not working? I have no idea what I'm doing now. I am totally out of ideas. Well, I went through the whole basement, so... Thank you, sir. I will catch up with you later. So we're going to save and quit out of here. There's nothing I'm doing in this room right now. The only thing I'm doing in there is something horribly wrong. And I'm just going to have to think about this a little bit, see where I can actually go. I appreciate the good luck. Obviously, I'm going to need it on this seed. Trying to think where I can go. Where can I go? There's only so much I can do right now. Where can I go? I have... Well, no, there's one place we haven't checked, and I've been saying I wanted to go there for a while. We still have the hammer, and we have the magic. I think this is where I was coming originally early on, but I've lost track of my thoughts. But we can do magic bad. I know I was mentioning that earlier. So let's knock this out and see what... Let's get some magic first and then come back and do that. Rupee, that's not going to do me no good. Let's get some magic. That's a fairy. Usually I like fairies, but right now we're not in the market for a fairy. Right now we're in the market for... Right now we're in the market for some magic. Just a little bit. You are hearts and... hearts and a rupee. And you have red potion that doesn't help me. Every time I think I'm onto something here. And I don't think this shop's going to be much better for me. What the hell, 20... If that's not telling me how the seed's going. No magic there. There's my magic. Now we can do magic bat. I don't know how I can talk about this for about 10 minutes and then forget to do it all together. So we're just going to head back up there, do magic bat, and contemplate where we want to go from there. So this is where we're headed. We'll see what we get from this. If this is something good, I'm going to kick myself for it. Because I was talking about this and then I didn't do this. Oh, there's my glove. That opens up a couple of things. Put my glove up here. Well, that gives me my Dark World access and 5 rubies, 5 Triforce pieces in an hour. It's going to be a very long seed if that's going to be the way this is all going to play itself out. Do I do Mountain or do I do Dark World? Since I do not have access to the mirror, I think... Well, no, that's a catch-22. Either one's not going to be exactly what I want. If I go up to the Dark World, I may find the mirror through the old man or through one of the caves that I can check at the moment. Hookshot can get me to the other side of the mountain. So can Hammer. So there's a couple of different things we can do. Crabs are giving out bombs today, so that's a plus. So we'll come all the way this way, up, and before we have to come up. There we go. There's the, well, that should be where the old man is. Okay. Up. Up. Yeah, this is not going to be a good seed. sometimes it's just not your day when it comes to this. Unless I already got to that. Okay. Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing now. Which side am I in right now is my question. I have no idea where I am right now. I think I'm in the second room. Okay, I thought I was in the first room that whole time and I was in the second room. All that for a heart piece was not worth it. So we're going to come up this way, see what we have available to us. This is just turning into a frustrating seed. Don't know if we'll be able to finish it. On the seed here, we have a heart piece that I am not worried about. The lamp is probably the most trolly thing in the whole game, I'm telling you. That was a waste. You know what? I think we're gonna call this. This one's not working out for me right now, and I think I'm a little burnt from last night's stream and everything, so we're gonna raid someone, get you guys over to somebody who's having a bit more luck with this stuff today than me, and we'll pick this up on Saturday. Let's see who's streaming that we can raid into. Let's see, Bumblebee 86X is, no, that's in Dutch. Let's try one in English. Furious Magic is doing Link to the Past, Morning Mystery Lottery. That one's at least in English, so we'll go with that. So let's click on that, and we'll get the raid going. I will be back on Saturday, 9 p.m. We'll hit this up again. We'll grab a new seed.